What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to episode 94 of the U.S.S. Enterprise D tutorial. I'm Zero Elite, and I just want to thank you very much for tuning in today's episode. If you haven't, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, helping me in supporting the channel. I can't thank you enough for that. Also, don't forget to join the Discord channel. I'll have a link in the description below. Anyway, we have about a 22-minute episode today. We're going to be picking up where we left off in yesterday's episode, working on the conference room on the bridge. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So I did talk about this yesterday, that we pretty much hit the max size on the bridge. Now, with that being said, I think I'm going to try to just stretch out the backside by one block. So what I'm doing here is we've done this in the past. We're just going along our outline in the white concrete, and we're adding another layer. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm just trying to get at just a little bit more out of the backside of this than what I currently have. This will be entirely for the purpose of just making the conference room just slightly bigger than what it is, because that's the thing with the conference room on the Enterprise D. It's not big, but it's not small either. And just the size that we had to work with, it was a little bit too small. So we can't really go too much bigger than what we're currently at. So we're basically at our maximum size here that we can do on the bridge. But we're just going to try to tweak it just a little bit here and just make it slightly bigger than what it currently is, to hopefully free up some more space on the conference room, and hopefully this won't make the outside of the bridge look too big. You can see here I'm not really deleting anything past the first 3 rows of the half slabs. And I'm just being very careful, trying not to delete anything else other than the outside shell. And we're just going with the cut line. So now let's fix it. So we've done this twice already, so those of you that have been with me on this tutorial so far, this shouldn't be too difficult because we've already done it twice. We've already got our template in place with the white concrete, and all it really takes is just following the cut line. And once we get our row completed, then we go up by 1. And just repeat that until it's filled in. Yeah, just even looking in there now, we've got a lot more room to work with, just even by giving us that 1 extra block. Doesn't seem like it, but it is. Now, if I would have gone out more than this, yeah, it probably would have been too much, but I think just adding 1 more block on the backside really isn't going to do much as far as the outside of the ship goes, but it's definitely going to free up some space on the interior, and hopefully we'll be able to get done everything that we want to get done on the conference room. And really there's not that much that we got to do here. We're just literally need enough space so that we can throw a desk down and some chairs. That's it. Alright, so we got our bottom row done. Let's transition up now to the next row. Remember, go on the cut line, so you want to make sure you go back and delete any access blocks that you have, so this way it doesn't mess up your build at all. We're just going to take our time and get this thing done right. This is definitely very exciting. We're getting to a point where we're really starting to flesh out our interior here. We've spent all this time working on the exterior and different sections of the interior. I know that I'm happy to take a break from working on the shuttle bay, because we've spent, I think that was like 10 or 11 episodes, whatever it was. But I mean, that's just what it's taking on this ship. You know, she's a beast. It's the biggest build that I've ever done on Minecraft, and it's just taking a little bit more time to do it. And I figure if we spent all this time working on it, might as well spend that extra time to do it right. And for that reason, that's why we're just going to keep going until this thing's done. Alright, so now we have to fix our outline. Because remember, we moved our concrete blocks back by 1. So we're going to have to fix that now on the back side, where basically what we're doing is we're deleting the half slabs, and we're going to have to move them up by 1 and then add another transitional row. And that might honestly work out for the better, because now our windows won't be so big. They'll be just a little bit smaller, and maybe it'll help to make the bridge not look so ginormous. Or actually, with smaller windows, I would probably actually do the opposite, make the bridge look bigger. But let's see how it looks. Really can't tell that we made it look any bigger. That one block really isn't doing anything. It's pretty much the same size that it was before. So we're still in good shape. So now we're going to be really trying to flesh out this area. Now, on the actual ship, and I'm not sure how much within canon this is, but when I did my research for this area of the ship, I searched the U.S.S. Enterprise D 3D tour, and I found the one in Unreal Engine on YouTube. And going into this side of the ship, there's actually a staircase that goes down, and then it winds down and it goes into the conference room. That was something else that I wanted to have on the ship, but to be honest with you, I don't think that anybody's really going to miss it. And one of the reasons I don't think anybody's going to miss it is because this is just one of the areas that you just never saw on the Enterprise D. They never showed it. So, I mean, we could easily get away with not showing that area of the ship, because just the reality of it is that we just don't have the room to include a staircase like that and have it transition downward. So that's kind of why we're just, you know, foregoing it and just pretty much skipping it. Right now we're working on our ceiling here. But, you know, like I said, you know, we will be working on the Enterprise D for a while, but, you know, there's still builds coming up. You know, once we're done with the Enterprise D, we'll be working on Voyager. And as I get more subscribers on the channel, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a tutorial on the U.S.S. Enterprise A, because I've, other than the Enterprise D, the Enterprise A tutorial is my #1 build request. But I wanted to set goals on my channel, and I think that's something that is appropriate, because that was really the main thing that got my YouTube channel going, was the Enterprise A. Before that, I really didn't have a ton of views, and that's honestly one of the reasons why I've been trying to build other ship classes on here now that I've been getting more subscribers, to show that, hey, I can do other stuff other than just build a Constitution class. And I think that I've proven that the method in which I use to build these ships, it's not just good for one type of class of ship. You can apply this to any type of build. It doesn't even have to be Star Trek, and just building in general. You can take these steps and apply it to anything on Minecraft. Yeah, we're looking pretty good right now. So we've got our basic room in place here. Like I said, not a ton of room to work with, but just enough room to do what we need to do. I don't know if I'll end up using a different block for the desk, or the conference table, but for right now, that's what we're going to put in. I'm not going to lie, this block that I just threw down for the chairs, I I don't like them, basically. We're going to have to go back and use a different type of stair to facade out these chairs because, I don't know, they just, it's not really giving the look that I want it to. But as far as the design goes, taking the colors out of the equation, this is basically, you know, what the conference room is going to be. We've got just enough room that we can walk around, it serves its purpose, and it's here. So that's really the only thing that matters. Now the next thing is that we're going to have to clear up the floor in here and the walls and just fill this in. This way it looks nice and presentable when you walk in. You have that transition point from your bridge to your conference room. I think, if anything, the only thing about this this small hallway that I have is it's slightly too big. I could probably add a wall on it or two on this right side here, just to make it a little bit smaller. But other than that, we're pretty much we're in pretty good shape. She's looking good. All right. Now we're going to grab the orange concrete. Now, for those of you that just want to close off the wall here, I'll show you what you can do to kind of close it up to make it look like there's a doorway there. What I'm actually getting ready to do right now is, I think I'm going down and I want to match this up with the doorways that I've done on my lower areas, which is right here. Yep, so it's the same orange, it matches. So I just wanted to double check that, and then we're going to go in. So back up to the bridge and add in this orange on our doorways just to make it match up just a little bit more. So I added that cut there in the middle. I'm taking it out now, but I'm moving it back by one because I'm actually going to have to kind of slightly redesign this doorway or this turbo lift and make it just a little bit bigger because I'm trying to accommodate for the slits for the doors, because not every single doorway is going to have automatic doors. Just because the area that we have to cover, there's just not enough room to do it. But most of them are going to have it. But for the ones that don't, we're still going to have those cuts there for the doorways, which are the orange blocks. So what we're going to end up having to do now with this turbo lift is, because we lost one block and it needs to be a 3x3, so we're just going to have to move it back by one. Not a huge deal. Just moving the back wall back by one, and then we're going to have to move the sea lanterns back by one. I just want to go down and double check and make sure that I'm not building on the outside of the ship. And you go and actually get the cyan concrete block. Alright, we're looking good. We almost have this turbo lift rebuilt. Now we just need to do the sea lanterns. Go and delete all those, and then the wall directly behind it. Alright, we're in good shape. Now we just gotta do the sea lanterns. Sorry, it's something stuck in my throat. And it's just messing up my vibe for today's episode. Anyway, moving on here. We're doing pretty good. We pretty much have our turbo lift reworked. Looks a little bit better. Everything matches up. Those of you that stick with me through my tutorials, you know I'm definitely anal about that. I try to, once I get a consistency going, I will go through my whole ship and make sure everything's consistent. And I don't care how many times I have to change it to make sure it's all consistent. That's just the way that I am. You don't necessarily have to do that on your builds. That's just what I like to do. I want to make sure all our doorways that go into our, not only our turbo lifts, but just our doorways in general on the ship, that's how they're going to look. So if you end up seeing an episode where I have something that varies from that, you can bet that I'm going to come back to it and fix it. Well, we're doing pretty good on time. We still have about 5 minutes left. So now we're going to do the same thing on our turbo lift that goes up into the bridge. We're going to do our facade doorways, and then our T cross section, and then the half slab in front. I'm not going to lie, this specific area of the ship that we were just in, I had a slight hard time with blending all that area in together. That was actually something that I just recently finally had a break on in the build. That I think I was working on it just the other day, and I finally got it to a place where I'm actually pretty happy with it. You know, that's the thing. If you're not happy with something and it's not coming out the way that you want it to, just step away from it for a little while and just take a break, because I guarantee you that if you're getting frustrated with it or you're just not happy with it, it's probably not going to come out any better than what you're doing at that moment. So that's why, like, one of my rules where if I'm not feeling something and I'm just not able to fix it to a point that I'm happy with it, I'll step away from it for a little bit until I can do something that I'm a little bit more satisfied with. But coming back with it with a fresh set of eyes is usually the winning ticket, because then you get a chance to recharge from it and you're not building out of frustration. It's kind of what I'm getting at. Now that block right there, I gotta fix that. And these two. You can see what's happening is that now that there's blocks underneath these directly, they're lit up more than these other ones. I don't know why, but the new lighting system in Minecraft affects the half slabs in that way. And I was looking at the carpet because I was just going to do the carpeting on top of the white concrete, and I was like, well, you know, let's try it out with the wood, because I could be wrong. I thought that the wood was what the conference room desk originally looked like. And I don't know, there's something about that wood, it just, it's not feeling very spaceship-like to me, so that's kind of why I just decided to delete that. So what we're going to do, we're going to try as a compromise, we'll do the white half slabs and just brown carpet on top and see how that looks. This area right here, I'm pretty sure on the Enterprise D, this is the bathroom. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. For right now, we're just going to close that doorway up, but that might be something that I come back to and actually use that area and actually build out the restroom, and the same thing on the captain's ready room. I'm just going to put a doorway there for now until we actually come back and build that up. The bridge is looking great, and we're going to put a doorway in there for the left side and then also the right side just to see what it looks like closed in. Fortunately, these won't be functioning doors, so if you want to take those out, you're going to have to delete them and re-add them. But it looks good. Yeah, we're pretty much out of time at this point. So I think that's going to wrap us up. I just want to thank everybody again for tuning in today's episode. And if you did enjoy this content, please help me out. Hit that like and subscribe button, helping me and supporting the channel. I can't thank you enough for that. And new subscribers, don't forget to hit notifications on so you get notified when those new videos drop. And speaking of new videos, you can always catch my new Minecraft episodes dropping Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And of course, if you have any questions regarding today's episode, just dropping by to say hey or any builds you want to see me do, be sure to drop a comment below or in Discord. Definitely love hearing from everybody. But that's going to be it for today. I just want to thank you all again for tuning in today's episode. I hope everybody has a happy and safe week. And of course, what did you build in Minecraft today? Let me know in the comment section.